Hey, good morning. Welcome into the channel. Appreciate you as always. My name is Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to look at your energy for today. So let's get into it. I hope that things are going well for you. We have been seeing a lot of up and down in the energy, but things are starting to lessen today, which is quite nice. Definitely welcomed because of all the tension that's been popping up. And you know, you might not even be experiencing this very much in your environment. It could just be what's going on within you internally, the change, the growth, the evolution that is pushing to happen. Because a lot of these lessons are on a deeper level of our consciousness and the way that we really show up for ourselves in our life, the things that we choose, how we pursue our happiness, what we're putting in its place. Sometimes it's easy to fall into the traps of illusion, superficiality, etc., and think that it's going to be fulfilling, right? And we're setting the groundwork, we're setting the stage for the next cycle that's coming in with Pluto moving into Aquarius officially in October. It's been going back and forth, retrograding back and forth into Capricorn. So that makes us do the hard work. And, you know, but as things move, as things progress, you get stronger. You become more capable to align with what you want, to make the choices that you're actually excited about and you know that aren't gonna bring drama, chaos, misery down the road. These are collective readings, obviously. Take what resonates, use your discernment, leave the rest behind. I do individual readings if you want something more specified to you and your situation. Tarot, astrology, mediumship, and I also do energy healings, wellness consultations to help rebalance that mind, body, soul. That is the best thing we can do for ourselves. Severely underrated, in my opinion. Okay, I'll start with this little blessing and we'll get going. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best today. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, annoyance, impatience. Remove those blocks and help us to see what we need to see clearly, and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Okay, so I was hearing as I was preparing for this reading that it's really about embracing the change, right? So things that you know are happening, things that you know are transitioning in your life, or you want them to transition, you're actively putting the practice into play. Does that make sense? You're putting it into practice. Because you're smart, you're aware, you know what's up right now. You can see things pretty clearly, even if it is emotionally triggering, even if it's not how you want something to be. There's something that what you're seeing, what you're understanding, the messages you're receiving from people, from your intuition, is giving you that clarity that you need, right? To make better decisions for yourself. Partnership is in focus right now. We just entered into Libra season. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the reading, it's less tense today in the astrology, thank goodness. Not that it's all hunky-dory, because it's not. You know, there still is tension playing out. But it kind of goes back to what I was just saying. you see it, you get it, you know what it is, and now it's time to be smart about how you deal with it, because continually investing or trying to figure it out or understand it or living in that vibration is only keeping you attached to the past. And you're ready for the change, right? Like, it's been a lot. It's been overwhelming. You might not have a lot of motivation to get from A to B because some of the steam is burning out. But at the same time, you want that change. My baby boy appeared. You want the change. And Spirit is bringing opportunities, right? Spirit is bringing opportunities for you to connect with those things. But it's getting out of your own way in some instances. It's not letting the emotions overwhelm you so much that you get thrown off course. I love this overarching energy, creating your own sanctuary of peace. Because you have this really beautiful energy today, where you're connecting with the things that feel a little bit more heart honoring or magical for you in your life. The things that get you excited about the day to day, the more mundane. And really needing, like I said, to rein it in, like cultivate it, make it so it's actually something that is the foundation in your life, that is laying the groundwork for what you're building and growing. There's a part of you that I feel is reclusing a little bit, perhaps spending too much time indoors or not socializing enough, not putting yourself out there enough. There still is an underlying sense of fear towards what has happened in the past, not wanting to step back into those situations again with those people or types of people. It doesn't have to be the same person, same situation, right? These can be just same vibrational energies. That's how energy works. It's the law of attraction, like attracts like. So if we're thinking, feeling, believing something about ourselves, then we're going to attract something or someone to confirm that. And there has been, a lot of difficulty. King of Wands energy pops up. We've seen the King of Wands on the regular. Someone who wants connection, who wants relationship, but there's a lot attached to it. This does feel like past energy because there's a lot of emotions around it. A lack of trust. I feel like this person can't deny what they're thinking and feeling. They can't pretend it's not there anymore, but at the same time, I don't know, they feel very closed off. They feel like they're trying to put on this front of what they want either you or people around you to think and feel. We've seen this energy come up a lot in our readings. Someone trying to control and dictate a situation. There is this desire for connection, but for some reason they're just not approaching it. And again, part of what we're seeing right now is not to get sucked into those energies that can't say, hey, this is what I want, or let's have this conversation, just more like adult behavior, right? Like things are messy, people are messy. We might not always see eye to eye, but at the same time, Spirit's wanting you to invest more in, again, the things that are magical for you, because that is your sanctuary. And you're growing on something that feels very safe, that feels very secure and stable for yourself. But again, like I talked about, there still is a lot of fear. fear around what that's going to look like, how that's all going to play out. Thankfully, Mercury is positively aspected to Pluto. So places that we are wanting to be a little bit more balanced in our communication, in our expression of what we're trying to build and grow, we're starting to see like the benefits, the effects, that change that's happening. Yeah, I love this. Starting off with the Six of Pentacles. Spirit says you feel really grounded today. You feel like, okay, there's that Three of Cups again. You're investing in people, in situations that are a little bit more in support of you. And it's making you just feel overall stable, right? Stable all across the board. But again, there's that Nine of Swords, that anxiety coming up. So lack of trust, and that's where that Hermit energy comes in for you today. Making sure that you're still, it's not like you have to put yourself in the most uncomfortable situations ever, but there still is this call, there still is this energy for you to not, try something new. Talk to someone new, invest in someone new. Yeah, really claim your power, your excitement, like what you're building, who you are. Not being afraid to put yourself out there a little bit more and connect with what feels good. I was reading this thing, it was a reading on YouTube, and it was like the difference between authentic connection and attachment. Those are like, it's huge, right? Attachment is something that happens more out of our ego, more out of that superficiality that I was talking about. And it makes it really hard. Usually those dynamics, those relationships are bringing or playing out our karma. We've been seeing this too. There are like some really heart honoring connections that people want to, connect with you. Sorry, not to be redundant. They want to connect with you. People who are interested in you. You have several people around you. But I think there is like, again, like I said, just like so much fear from the past, from what has been, that you are feeling a little uneasy about it. Because Mercury is also square to the vertex point. So tension around things coming to head, that stuff playing out, how communication is going to go down when you have to have the harder conversations, the what ifs, kind of clouding your vision, right? Like getting so wrapped up into what could happen that you're not being present enough for these connections. And that's our first card, as I'm saying this word a bajillion times, right? That's our first card, to connect. But we have to become a little bit more fluid in that process, making it a little bit more comfortable today. I feel like this is saying, like, trust what you've built to date. Trust this sanctuary. Trust this safe space that you have for yourself. Know that you have the tools. You have enough wisdom to take it back and really work with it to your advantage. I feel like because you're not seeing evidence of like the change or like things being completely done with situations, individuals, etc., it's making it feel like what you want is never going to happen. And that can be like really daunting. That in and of itself can be incredibly suffocating. But it's because you're still dealing with someone else's energy, right? This Emperor, the Emperor and the King of Wands, which they're both fire energy, not saying they're the same person. You could be dealing with this on a lot of different fronts, but definitely they have been presenting themselves a lot in the readings, and it's rigidity. It's someone who just let their own pride and ego get the best of them. I feel like they are like, quote unquote, paying the consequences, but I don't feel like there's a lot of awareness from this person, people, situations, etc. I don't get that element of awareness. I get that it's more like, I miss you, but I don't want to make things right with you. Like, I want you to bend to my will is what I'm hearing. And that's the fear, right? Maybe you have been in relationships, dynamics where people are gaslighting you, making you feel crazy, saying one thing to your face, saying another thing behind your back. That definitely is that Neptune in retrograde in Pisces energy, that illusion. I love this, harmonize in the now, right? So 100%, even though this stuff has happened, even though there is a lot of pain and sadness and suffering in this place, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the story. And it also doesn't mean that it's still happening. Hopefully not for you, because I know when these patterns repeat themselves, they can be, again, really heavy, really painful, really sad. But there is guidance and assistance, right? Sometimes we just need to ask outside of ourselves. And this is like whatever you believe. It doesn't have to be a certain religion, spirituality, whatever floats your boat, you know? This is about prayer. It's about connecting with our angels, spirit guides, crossover loved ones, teams of people, right, that support. Maybe I already picked it up. Teams of people that are working with us and are interested in reciprocity and not as much of these power struggles. The Hunger Games is what I heard. I think I've only seen one of those movies, but I don't know anything about it is what I'm trying to say. Pay attention, okay? Pay attention. That's also a blessing and a curse, right? Is the awareness component, having the awareness, because it is playing a lot on this fear that we're seeing. Try not to overly stress yourself out about what you do see. We have to use that practical earth energy to just be like, okay, this is what it is. Have that really conversation with yourself where you're outlining the pros and the cons, but you're not putting a lot of emotionality into it. That might be a little bit of a struggle because there's a lot of water element in the astrology today, but we have enough earth to weigh it down. I've talked about some grounding techniques you can do, like eating root vegetables, grounding type things that make you feel just kind of heavy and stable, taking a walk outside or barefoot in the grass, in the dirt, whatever, on the beach, whatever you like. Meditation, breathing practices, pranayamic breathing, anything, yoga, anything that can kind of bring union, bring cohesion, bring balance, but also, again, that principle of being grounded, right? Being so centered in yourself that no matter what's going on in your environment, it's not throwing you off course. This person, people, situation definitely is trying to trigger you in that way. And so that's kind of where you do have to find that inner strength, find that inner power, and roll with it. So I hope you enjoyed the reading today. Thank you so much for your time and energy always. It always blesses my heart. I hope you found messages that resonated too. Definitely drop comments below if you did, because I love to connect. I love to just hear what's going on for you, or just sharing a little love and blessing. Thank you for all the love and blessings you bring to the channel, sending them back your way.